War has officially begun. On February 28, 2026, a massive wave of U.S. and Israeli missiles struck the heart of Iran. The headlines say it's about preventing nuclear catastrophe. But if you follow the money, the timing, and a shocking Supreme Court ruling just 8 days prior, a much darker picture emerges. This isn't just about nukes. It's about a desperate president, a collapsing currency, and a multi-billion-dollar arms deal tied to the U.S. elections. Today, we're going behind the propaganda to show you the real reason why the bombs are falling, and how it's about to hit your bank account. The scale of the attack was unprecedented. While Israel targeted the Iranian leadership and the presidential palace, the U.S. focused on hardening military sites and nuclear facilities. Israel calls it a preventative strike, hitting them before they hit us. But here's the irony. The very nuclear technology Iran uses today was originally gifted to them by the United States back in 1957. Since the 1979 revolution, that gift has turned into a decades-long nightmare. After President Trump tore up the nuclear deal in 2018, Iran stopped playing nice. They've been enriching uranium at breakneck speeds, and experts warn they are now just 2 weeks away from having enough material for 10 bombs. News outlets focus on the nuclear clock. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. To understand why this happened now, we have to look at what was happening behind closed doors just 48 hours before the first missile was launched. In politics, there's a term called wag the dog. It's when a leader starts a war abroad to distract from a massive crisis at home. On February 20, 2026, just 8 days before the attack, the U.S. Supreme Court dealt a devastating blow to Donald Trump. They ruled his reciprocal tariff policy, the cornerstone of his economic agenda, unconstitutional. His plan to tax the world was dead in the water. With the midterm elections only 9 months away and his approval ratings sliding due to scandals and economic uncertainty, Trump needed a miracle. Within hours of that court ruling, he was already telling reporters that a limited strike on Iran was on the table. By starting a conflict, he effectively wiped the negative headlines off the front page. Suddenly, the conversation shifted from Trump's legal defeat to Commander-in-Chief defends the world. It's the oldest trick in the book. Unite the country behind the flag to stay in power. But Trump didn't act alone. He saw an opening because Iran was already rotting from the inside. By late 2025, the Iranian rial had become essentially worthless. We're talking about 400% inflation over a decade. Imagine a bag of groceries that cost $30 now costing $1,400. Protests erupted in over 100 cities. People weren't just shouting about high prices, they were chanting, "Death to the dictator." For the first time since 1979, the regime felt truly vulnerable. The U.S. played this perfectly. After capturing Venezuelan leader Maduro in January, they sent a clear message to the Iranian people: we can take out your leaders too. By bombing the regime while it's facing a revolution at home, the U.S. and Israel aren't just destroying bunkers, they are trying to trigger a total regime collapse. They struck now because if they waited just 3 more weeks, Iran's nuclear facilities would have been moved into deep underground bunkers that no conventional bomb could touch. It was a now or never moment. Now, let's talk about the golden shield. War is expensive for taxpayers, but it is incredibly profitable for the right people. By keeping the Middle East in a state of high tension, the U.S. ensures a steady stream of customers for its weapons. Countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE are lining up to buy missile defense systems and fighter jets worth tens of billions of dollars. And here is where it gets tactical for the U.S. election. Where are these weapons built? They are built in factories in Pennsylvania and Michigan, the exact swing states Trump needs to win the election. By fueling the defense industry, he creates jobs in the regions that matter most for his political survival. Furthermore, global instability makes U.S. treasuries, the safest asset in the world, more attractive. Conflict allows the U.S. to borrow money more cheaply and maintain its grip on the world's oil supply. You might think this is a world away, but look at your gas station. 72% of Korea's oil, and a massive chunk of the world's supply, passes through the Strait of Hormuz. It's a tiny strip of water, and Iran sits right on the edge of it. If Iran retaliates by closing that strait, oil prices are projected to hit $130 per barrel. That means your commute gets more expensive, your grocery bill goes up, and your electricity bill spikes. Even if we have reserves, the psychological shock to the market will cause the dollar to surge, making everything we import more expensive. This war isn't just happening on a map, it's happening in your wallet. So, why did they attack? Was it the nukes? Yes. Was it the timing? Absolutely. But it was also about a Supreme Court ruling, a fight for swing state votes, and the cold, hard reality of global oil politics. In the world of geopolitics, there are no accidents, only calculations. The next time you see a news report about freedom or defense, ask yourself, who is getting paid? Who is getting elected? And why now? If you want to keep seeing the world for what it really is, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll keep following the money so you don't have to. Thanks for watching. Would you like me to refine any specific section or perhaps generate a thumbnail description for this script?